Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, rock stars, I just got back from Walking Blue, and I am doing this video before I have to be in for work. Can't be fucking around with you guys too long. How y'all doing, though? Y'all feeling good? Good. All right, you guys, so we're going to do it out of order. Okay, let's start with Mia. So it looks like Mia is opening up her DC branch of her chiropractic business. You guys know that she said that she and Gordon have been in business with this company since 2013. They have 14 that they own, and then they have, I think, 8 others that they have franchised out, so they get like royalties on that. But since they live in the DC area and they feel like they need to have a presence there, they have opened their office, clinic, whatever you want to call it, there as well. So she's very happy. She's having a grand opening, ribbon cutting ceremony. So she's invited a couple of the housewives there to celebrate with her. Let's make note that they aren't the only investors in these businesses. Apparently, I'm not sure if this is all of her businesses or if it's just this particular one or maybe some of the ones that they have, but they have other people that have invested money as well, which is going to make sense when we find out that Mia and Gordon has been pushed out of the business. That's what has happened in real life. So I guess we're just waiting for it to happen on the show as well. Okay. So when I say housewives that have been invited, she has invited Karen. Karen is there. It was a no-brainer for me to come to Mia's opening. I don't throw friendships away. That's not how I roll. Anyways, they have the grand opening to the place. You know, she does her little speech. They do their ribbon cutting. Woo-hoo-hoo. Jumping over to Wendy. We see Wendy. She's just getting home from Chicago. Okay. Eddie was like, why do you keep calling it Chicago like chicken? It's Chicago with a very soft SH, not a hard CH. Anyway, she's just getting home from Chicago. She went out there for some sort of symposium, some sort of something. Okay. And she was the guest speaker there. So she's just getting back in town. And of course, what is it that we always hear about Wendy? Wendy is so busy. She is so booked. She's so busy. She's tired. Okay. She don't even know when she's going to be able to get this kidney stone surgery because she's had so many things on her calendar, so many things on her plate. You know, Eddie was telling her to prioritize. I was like, honey, you let them kidney stones get too bad and they going to make the decision for you. Because if kidney stones is as bad as everybody tells me that they are, honey, when they get to the point where you are in extreme pain, yeah, it's time for it to go down. So I hope that she prioritizes that kidney stone surgery or whatever she has to do for that. That ain't nothing to be playing around with. And then Ashley, okay? We see Ashley go visit her family, uncle and auntie, okay? And she only has the little baby with her. Where is Dean? Well, funny you should ask, okay? When she was on her way there, I guess she was talking to Michael, and Michael wanted to spend time with Dean. Dean hasn't seen his dad in some time because the daddy been all over the fucking United States and outside of the country. He's been traveling. He just got back from Vegas, actually. Okay. And I don't know if the signals got crossed up or if, you know, Mia. If Ashley thought something else was going to happen, but he was fussing at her, let her tell it, that, you know, she doesn't communicate and she doesn't know and she always messing up the plans and he wants to spend time with him and you just take the baby and let me stay, you know, let Dean stay with me and blopty blue. They was arguing so much that little Dean got in the middle of them and said, stop! And oh, you know, that made the uncle and the auntie upset. Okay, if it's getting to a point where your child has to tell you to stop arguing, then that's really bad. That's not something that a kid should see. Okay, so they are, and you already know they don't see it for Michael anyway, so they just damn disgusted. Ashley is telling them that she's afraid to do this by herself. Okay, she says that she's going to be responsible for these 2 little boys' lives, and she just doesn't know she's going to be able to do it. She's afraid to be by herself, which is interesting. Ashley doesn't strike me as that type, okay? Not that type, because I'm not saying, you know, people have, yeah, it can be a scary thing to know that you have to raise 2 kids by yourself. But what I'm saying is Ashley just seemed stronger to me than that. Okay, of course, I don't know what she does in her real life. I don't know how much she relies on Michael in her real life. But it just seems like, she's pretty much got it together. So I was surprised to hear her say that that's the reason that she's afraid to push through with this divorce or whatever. Is that what she was trying to say? Because I was just like, girl, listen, if you want to get a fucking divorce, get the divorce. If you don't want to get the divorce, then don't get the divorce. Like, is it because of the pressure from this show? You guys have been putting up with it for 7 damn years. Why not a couple more? So I'm just trying to understand what I'm supposed to think about Ashley and this whole single mother getting a divorce, staying with Michael, whatever she is trying to do. Girl, if you want to stay with the man, just stay with the man. We don't really care. I mean, you guys been together all this time, so what difference does it make, So, I don't know. Of course, the auntie is telling her, no, you've just got to believe in yourself. You're a good mother. You do so well. You can do this. And you have me and your uncle here. We're going to be here to help you. Like, you can do this. So yeah, y'all drop down in the comments how you felt about that conversation. Did you feel like Ashley was being genuine? 100? Okay. Was she putting 20 on 10? And side note, since we talking about 20 on 10, I was talking to one of my girlfriends yesterday, and she was just like, Roxanne, do you really think that the show is fake, that they're all acting? And I was like, okay, I know that's what I said in my last video. Let me clarify for you guys, okay? When I say that the show is fake, okay, I don't believe that they actually have a script that they sit and stick to. What I do believe is the girls take whatever comes their way on this show with a grain of salt, usually. Okay, there are some times where the shit gets out of control and the real true feelings come out. But I believe that everybody knows that they have a job to do. Okay, and so they are already prepared in thinking that somebody is going to come for me, my marriage, my kids, my family, my job, they know that that's a part of being in the show. So when somebody throws out a person, for example, Karen is messing around with the blue-eyed white guy. I believe that Karen already knows that that's already out there, that it could possibly come her way. So now it is her job to provide good TV in the reactions to what is being said about her. Okay, so I believe that everybody puts 20 on 10 because they're trying to make sure that the show is entertaining for everybody, and that they are trying to also rally their fans behind them, because the fans are the ones that push the favorites on these shows. Okay, so that is what I believe. I don't think that Karen was as mad when she heard that Candace said that she was going out with other men or whatever, because one, it's already been said, it's been out there. So she was mad originally when Sharice originally said it, but now Karen takes it with a grain of salt because everybody knows she's with Jessup and they happy and they got, they did their marriage revowels and all of that. So I just feel like people don't realize that they do extra just for the viewers. Okay, so that's what I mean when I feel like it's fake and it's phony, like everybody is acting, everybody is doing way more. And if you didn't realize that from last week's episode, which was fucking crazy and all over the place, to this episode where everybody is now making nice with each other, then you really need to pay more attention. Okay, my friend also told me, okay, she was like, in the comments, people were saying, because y'all know I ain't fucking with them comments, but somebody must have said, or there must be some sort of saying, you guys must be talking about me avoiding the fact that there's colorism on the show. And I thought that I've told you guys this, but I will tell you again that I don't think there's colorism on the show. I've told you guys that, okay? I don't see it, and that's why I don't bring it up, because I don't think that is happening. I know that many people believe that, and you are welcome to have that belief. I don't see it that way. So when I talk about what I'm talking about on my videos, I'm telling you guys exactly how I feel about it. And then you guys can get in the comments and say how you feel about it. But don't say that I'm avoiding a topic because I don't want to deal with it. No, I don't see colorism. I don't even think that Candace is even considered Darcy. Like, we've been through this. I've talked about it with you guys and everything. So I don't think that. I think that there are true personalities that are more annoying than others, and some might be lighter skinned and some might be darker skinned, but that has nothing to do with me feeling like they are purposely pointing out the darker skinned women on the show and bullying and picking on them. I feel like everybody has their level of being bullied, being picked on, being the asshole, being the fighter. I think everybody has that. So that's the reason why. Okay? Because I was like, when she told me that about the color, I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. Why would I be afraid to say something like that on my damn y'all kill me. Okay? So that's what it is. That's what's going on here. And I just want y'all to understand that whatever I say on my channel is what I believe. Okay? And so and it's fine if you don't agree with what I say, and it's fine if you see things differently, but I'm just telling you guys that that's how I see it. Okay? I wanted to get that clear. All right? But anyway, back to the review. Now let's jump over to Giselle and Robyn. So, they have that podcast, Reasonably Shady. And apparently, let Giselle tell it is doing very well. They're being nominated for NAACP awards. I was just like, what you say? Come on, y'all. And they're, people are listening. They have over millions of streams or listens or whatever they call it. And things are going good. So now they're going to have a live show. So they're sitting and talking with, some of their staff and going over what they want to happen in this live show, just so that they can get the energy from the people. Okay, the fans, sit there and talk to them on stage in front of everybody. So, they're working out the particulars, and then the girl leaves. So then it's just Robyn and Giselle, and they're talking. Giselle tells her that the twins' birthday party is this weekend, that she hasn't even been invited. All right, they don't even want her to be there. So she's going to keep a very low profile, I'm assuming. Okay, what's been going on with you, Robyn? Well, Robyn tells her that, they're still trying to work out this whole prenuptial agreement. She thought that maybe she could work on it a little bit on her trip. I was like, girl, you lying. But, it's been so much happening that trip, she couldn't even think about the prenup. And Giselle says, speaking of the trip, what is this I hear about Wendy and you, getting all cozy when you guys went out and, she was talking to you and you were talking to her and everything. Like, I didn't tell you to do that. And Robyn was like, she doesn't know where that came from. It's been over a year. Her and Wendy ain't been able to see eye to eye. And all of a sudden, Wendy is pouring out her heart to her at the club. Now, of course, everybody was drunk, and all of that. So, folks, emotions was high, okay? She said, as a matter of fact, she went on ahead and called Candace. She's going to have to sit down and have a talk with Candace because they had this big screaming match in the car, and Candace was like, you were trying to hurt me by bringing out the speaker and letting everybody know what I said. Like, that wasn't cool. So, Robyn was like, me and Candace need to have a sit down and a talk. And Giselle was like, what is she upset about? She talks about all of us. Girl, she wasn't talking about all of y'all. She was talking about you and probably Ashley. We already know. You can't assume that girl was talking about everybody at that table. And they all know that. But like I said, 20 on 10, right? 20 on 10. The twins' birthday party. Giselle has it all set up very nice. The girls are very excited. This is their sweet 16. And she's there with the girls, and they're like, thanks, Mom. This is so nice. We love the kids, y'all. We love the twins. Jamal is there. Giselle says, Jamal is very busy, but he's always front and center for his girls. And looks like Giselle has invited a couple of people, but they're not going to make this your Real Housewives of Potomac type party. So all of her friends that are there are not on the show, with the exception of Ashley. Ashley does come to the party, but other than that, I was like, no, Robyn? I was shocked. Okay, I thought Robyn would be there, but yeah, it was just Ashley and the rest of Giselle's friends. And Jamal, you know, they get up, they speak in front of the crowd of friends that are there. You know, Jamal says how great the girls have been and how they've never had to bail them out of jail. I was like, well, thank God for small favors. Is that the difference? It's like either they're really good or they in jail. There's nothing in between. But Giselle just said that her girls remind her that there are great people in this world, you know, that they are just really nice, kind, concerned, sympathetic, empathetic girls. And I was just like, yes, even you can turn out something like that. Oh, mean ass bitch. And I always say that I think that if Giselle didn't have them girls, then she would just be rotten. I think the girls are one of the things that kind of keeps Giselle as close to being grounded as she can be. Okay, so yeah, the party looks like it was a success, and like I said, Giselle and them are in the other room while the girls are having their party, you know, and so the cameras weren't really there for the party. Now let's jump over to Karen. So Karen has her boy Matt over. You guys remember Matt? We have seen him. He is like her personal assistant, you know, helps her with a lot of things. Me and Matt, you know, we make magic together. And today we're creating. You know, I have on my creative dress and everything. So she fixes him a drink. He comes in and he sits down. And get this. Y'all see that red robin right there? That's Ruby. Hey, Miss Ruby. She just keep on trying to come and get into the camera. I'll see you back there, girl. I done seen you a few times. But anyway, you ain't gonna distract me. I gotta get to work. That's my mama, y'all. Every time I see that little red bird, I think that's my mama. Anyway, Karen has decided that she's going to have a live show. And I guess this just came out of the blue, okay? I was like, Karen. Now, I don't know if she is copying this idea from Giselle and Robyn, but what I will say is how random is it that Karen would decide to go on a traveling show where she goes to city and talks to the people, okay? We'll call it a night with the Grand Dame. I was just like, yeah, I don't know, Karen. I don't know. It feels a little bit like you're copying. And so Matt is telling her, oh yes, and we're going to have this, you know, evening with the Grand Dame. And we're going to have a segment where we're calling it Keeping It Karen. And we're going to do this, you know, going to be costume changes and ball gowns. And, you know, you're going to be talking to the people. And he got all of these ideas. And, you know, Karen is just like, I love it. I love it. It's going to be the Pride kickoff. I mean, it's going to be everything that you want in this show. How long the shit going to be? 5 hours? I mean, Diana Ross costume changes and wig changes and everything, honey. Matt has the vision. Karen tries to tell us that, you know, in this girl group of mine that I belong to, you know, quite often we all do the same things. Yes, because you guys copy. And in this situation, it kind of feels like you're copying off of Giselle and Robyn. Okay, except you're taking it on the road. I don't know if Giselle and Robyn's going to be traveling or if it's just going to be that one thing. But I mean, is people really try? I mean, I guess so. I guess people do really have fans like that where they, you know, can just go and sit out and talk to them and everything. So, I mean, I guess I can't be mad, you know. These appearances that these people be making at these clubs, I just be so dumbfounded. I was like, you guys are spending $50,000 for this reality show. Not reality show, like Instagram model or something. Girl to just come and sit down in your VIP? Shit. Nigga, I need to rethink, so I done did shit wrong in my life. I wonder if I could get about $50 for an appearance somewhere. Y'all want to book me? Y'all let me know. Anyway, when she tells him that Giselle and Robyn are doing the live podcast, and he was like, yeah, but that's a podcast. Like, nobody cares. But I was like, these live podcasts are very popular, and people definitely love to see their favorite podcasters, so... I mean, I guess the same way folks want to see the podcasters, they might want to see their favorite reality show person too. So, I mean, I guess, child. You learn something new every day, don't you? All right, and then lastly, you guys, Candace. So Candace has received her degree, her master's degree in business administration, and she got it from Howard. So she's very excited. Okay, so she's going to be having a big party to celebrate. She has invited Karen because once the producers told her what she said, she didn't remember having that conversation with Ashley. That's why she was so vehemently denying last week that she didn't say that, or that she said, denying that she said that. But she did say it. She just didn't remember, of course, because her and Ashley were sitting at that table and they was gossiping and they was drinking and, you know. So yeah, she didn't remember saying that, even though it's interesting that she didn't remember saying that, because I was just like, girl, I mean, you had a full story about it and y'all wasn't falling down drunk, but I mean, okay, if she says so. So she needs to speak to Karen, you know, about that. She also feels like she needs to speak to Robyn because, now get this, even though I never kind of felt like Robyn and Candace had any problems together, I didn't know that she felt so highly about Robyn. She said that Robyn was like a big sister to her. She trusted her the most, which is interesting as well because she is really close with Giselle. Although I believe that Candace really still wants to have a friendship with Giselle. I think that she's just upset that Giselle has caused these issues with Chris, saying that Chris did this, that, and the other. But you guys know that Candace has given Giselle way more chances than really anybody else on the show. Okay, so yeah, I was surprised to hear her say that she felt like, you know, that was one person that she can trust. I thought that that would have been her. Wendy would have been that for her. But no, I guess it's Robyn. So she's talking to Chris. She's telling him all these things. She has reached out to Robyn. They're going to talk, and Chris is happy about that. She is making an effort to be a different girl. So that's good. And then she also tells Chris that her period is last. Girl, you ain't pregnant. Quit trying to tell us that. You are knee deep in your singing career. I'm sure you don't want to be up on stage with a big belly right now. So we already know that ain't it, but she just telling us for the show. And so Robyn and Candace, they do meet out at a restaurant, and emotions are already kind of it's tricky that day because Robyn had just found out that her hairstylist, the hairstylist's sister, and her brother-in-law were killed in a car accident. So, you know, Robyn is emotional and crying and things like that. And Candace is trying to help her through it, you know. And then, so that kind of brings down the level of animosity and wanting to come back and forth at each other, you know, because, you know, you start to realize that, I mean, this shit that we arguing about is petty and life is too fucking short and we need to not just be fighting over stupid, silly shit. Okay, so everybody's wall is down, so now we're talking. So Candace tells Robyn that she's always looked up to her and she's always trusted her, and then she was really upset about her pulling out the whole speaker thing. You know, she just felt like, you know, Robyn did that, you know, to hurt her. Why didn't you just talk to me first? You know, because we have that kind of relationship. And Robyn says, well, you talked about us on the video, and I felt like what you said about me was wrong. So that's why I brought it out. And so Candace was just like, yeah, but I wasn't really talking about you. I don't think that you're a fake bitch. Okay. I think that Giselle is a fake bitch, but I don't think that you are. And so, you know, she apologizes for that live. You know what? At the end of the day, she just wants to move on. You know, I think that things went off the rails when they were out of town. So, like, I think now everybody was like, yeah, we did a little too much. We put 30 on 10. So now I think everybody is now trying to rein it back in because we don't want a whole nother season, another half of the season with all of this kind of dark bickering and shit. You know, we want the funny, fun shade, you know, lighthearted shade, you know, but we don't want it to get too, like, hateful. So she just wants to move on. Robyn agrees. She wants to move on. They're friends again. See how fast that happens? Anyway, back to getting ready for this party. Candace goes and picks up her mom from the airport. She says her and her mom, you know, they are still, her and her mom are fine. All right. The problem is the mom and Chris. I think that they still have a level of we don't really fuck with each other kind of thing between the two of them. I think maybe they just probably stay out of each other's way. Candace says that she's learned to just let what her mother says roll off of her back, you know, not react to it. This is her mom. She obviously loves her mom. Her mom is not going to change. This is what it is. She tells her mom that her period is late. Okay, and maybe she might be pregnant. The mom was like, oh, well, maybe that will calm you down some. Okay, maybe you'll stop cursing. And Candace was like, never. What does me having a baby have to do with me having a foul mouth? The party. Candace is excited. They're setting up at the house. You know, they see a little snake. Her mom was like, oh, Candace, I thought you said Giselle wasn't going to be here. Okay, there she is there. About on bump. Anyway, the guests start showing up, and including Karen and Uncle Jessup. Okay, and yeah, I was actually surprised to see Karen there, but Karen doesn't hold grudges. Robyn shows up, okay, and the way that they did it, they showed this party and Giselle's daughter's party at the same time, so I actually was surprised that Robyn wasn't at Giselle's daughter's party, even though they may not have been on the same day, but they made it seem like it was that day. But Robyn shows up there. I think Robyn is really also trying to make it very clear that she is not a follower of Giselle anymore. So whenever you see Giselle, you don't always have to think that Robyn is going to be riding her coattails. Okay, I think Robyn is trying to separate herself from that image now. Are you guys seeing that as well? And then in walks... And it's funny because Charisse and Candace really like each other. And I can remember very clearly a time where Candace had to go off on Charisse and called her an old lady when Charisse tried to call her a kid and all of that. Honey, we done changed that up, you know, and Charisse seems to be a pretty good friend for Candace. Wendy and Eddie get there, and Wendy is just like, oh, yes, to all of the degrees. Okay, degree number 2 is not number 4, but hey, still love to see all the degrees, people advancing their education. So she greets all of her guests as they come in, and and she's not pregnant, which we already knew. So anyway, the girls are all sitting down together, and Karen says, okay, Robyn, you know, let's cut the bill. When's the wedding? What are you guys doing? What are you doing? When is it? And Robyn was just like, oh, we're thinking about, you know, having a wedding. It's just going to be, you know, the 4 of us, something very private, very small. Oh, so Robyn is having an intimate ceremony with no guest. Okay, listen, just say we're not going to get married. We're going to continue shacking up, and you don't have to worry about it. Just mind your own business, and I'll be fine with that. But you make it my business, Robyn. I don't know how Robyn makes it her business, but somehow Karen says that she does. Anyways, Wendy is able to corner Robyn off for a second and have a conversation with her. This conversation was very interesting. I know it pissed y'all the fuck off. I was laughing. I was like, ooh. They about to be so mad about this. But Wendy sat down and basically told Robyn that she misses the friendship that they had, you know, and that she just hates that everything went so left so fast. And she apologized to Robyn. Okay, Robyn and Wendy used to have a friendship, and apparently, you know, when all of this shit went down, when they were talking about Wendy last season, then they haven't been friends anymore. So Wendy is like, I apologize for my part, you know, antagonizing and making things worse. And Robyn was like, I appreciate that. And then she wasn't even going to apologize until Wendy was like, are you going to apologize to me for hurting my feelings? And she went on ahead and did it. But I was just like, oh. So what is it when the person who did do the antagonizing, at least as far as she is even concerned, Wendy actually admitted that she has some ways when she apologizes to the enemy of the viewers. I know y'all was mad, like, Wendy shouldn't apologize to that bitch and such and such. I was like, ooh, these comments gonna be hot about that one. But listen, like I told you guys, these girls, while they may not be favorites and fans of some of each other, I still don't think that it's as serious as the viewers make it out to be. You see how easily they apologized and hugged and made up? So, and like I said, Robyn is trying to change, I think, this whole look. So, she took responsibility for the demise of the friendship. Robyn apologized to her, and they've moved on. Have you guys? And then Candace pulls Karen to the side, and she tells her that she didn't really remember talking about her when her and Ashley were talking because they were drinking and all of that. The producers had to tell her. But she was being messy. She was wrong. She shouldn't have said that. Okay. So she comes flat out and apologizes. And Karen was just like, I can appreciate it when somebody goes on and takes responsibility. Okay. It's when these bitches want to deny to the death that they said or didn't say something when they know they did or didn't. Okay. That's when Karen has a problem. But she already knows the game too. See, I'm trying to explain this to y'all. I'm trying to give y'all that fourth wall. Okay. she already knows too. So she was just like, listen, I know how it can be. You know, you be sniggling and giggling and laughing in the cameras and you talking and you trying to give good TV and some shit, you know. Sometimes you might say something and wish you didn't say it. So Karen understands that, even though she still has her good eye on everybody. This one. So anyways, what's up with her and Ashley? She says they're not cool, you know, right now. For now, they're not cool. At the same time, we see Chris and Uncle Jessup talking. And, you know, Uncle Jessup was just like, you know, so what is it exactly that she said, you know, that made her feel like that? And Chris was just like, I was just trying to talk to the lady about whatever I was trying to talk to her about. And then she goes and said that I had made her feel uncomfortable. And, you know, and Uncle Jessup was just like, well, don't you think you could just take the higher road and just apologize for the way that you made her feel? And Chris was like, no, I'm not doing that because I didn't do anything wrong. Something tells me that they're all going to kind of gang up on Chris to the point where he finally does apologize for it. Because everybody, now we've had Juan say it, we done had Uncle Jessup say it, you know, and Giselle has said it, and, you know, all of this, I just have a feeling that the pressure is about to be on for him to apologize, and Chris is not going to want to do that, you know, and I hope that he doesn't, but I have a feeling that it's coming, y'all, so just get ready. Anyway, Candace gets up and makes her speech in front of the group and thanks the people for coming, and she's so proud, and she's got her degrees and all of that. She says that she is blessed to be a part of this group, regardless of people who try to create contention in her life, you know, that this is a good thing, and she's happy that day, okay? In the meantime, Chris is sitting out on the front porch, and he is pissed, okay? And Chris is irritated. I was like, he ain't even a damn housewife on the show, and he got the biggest storyline of them all. I don't know, y'all, but I have a feeling that they're going to try to make Chris apologize. Make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am Roxanne. This channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar eventually, child. All right. I'm gonna get off of here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.